Welcome to Marshal Matters, your podcast for all things motorsports from the trackside. With Sean and Taylor, your friendly local marshals. So, Taylor, how you doing this week?
I'm sad.
Why are you sad? Oh, is it because Dolly?
Because 2026. Yeah.
You know what? Yeah.
2026 has claimed another great one. Like, Dolly? Oh. I love Dolly Parton.
I think everyone loved Dolly Parton.
Yeah, she was so good. Anyway, big sad.
That's fair.
It's never the ones you want.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Nope. Nope, not taking that bait. I am not getting canceled on your behalf. Anyway. So here we are this week.
Cancel me. What are you going to do?
That, exactly. Banish you from every racetrack. So anyway, we are here this week. We have quite a bit to talk about. We're going to have a fun conversation going over all the activities of this week. And then we are going to have a fun conversation about politics and motorsports. Especially after this weekend, after the, I would say, very successful Indycar race in Washington. There is definitely a conversation to be had about that. And we'll follow it up with some news of the week. And yeah, so that's what we have on the docket for today. Starting off, let's talk about what? What are you giving me that look for?
I'm not. I'm just waiting for you to start. Which one are we starting with? F1, NASCAR? We could save the IndyCar moment for a little bit.
I was going to say we can just start with mentioning IndyCar because I think that was the most successful event of the weekend by just numbers.
Numbers alone, yes. It was the most successful.
I think it was the most successful and the most entertaining product. If you're specifically talking on-track action. IndyCar, I think, was the best event of the weekend.
To be fair, I can't really say much for the product because it was difficult to find on TV here. It was only on TSN Plus, and I was not going to pay $30 for the month to access a race that I was kind of boycotting anyway. So
it cost $30?
Yeah, TSN Plus costs like a lot of money now, dude.
Oh, damn.
Because they separated it. They have like 2 tiers of TSN Plus now. There's like Plus and then Premium.
I don't want to say anything, but like I still pay the same original amount I originally paid for.
Well, that might change.
No, because they separated
I hope not for you.
They separated it last year, and I noticed that I still paid the same amount and got the same stuff. So anyway.
Interesting. Anyway, regardless, I couldn't watch it. Don't have access to TSN Plus, and the new pricing is ridiculous. Didn't want to pay for it to watch something that I didn't even want to watch in the first place. But
fair enough.
In terms of the numbers, it was the most watched.
I watched it. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I had lots of thoughts throughout it that were just like these things irk me. Specifically, we'll talk about it later, involving some camera angles they chose not to use. But yeah, I thought for an actual race, it was a little long for a street race with the whole 250 miles BS, but it was entertaining. And I think it also was entertaining because Pelot had a terrible day.
Yeah, that's fair. Some call that entertainment, some call that conspiracy. But I mean, to be like, it's the most watched non-Indy 500 race since 2008. So with 3.28 million viewers, like, clearly the event garnered the attention that I think they hoped for.
Yep. And I think as an event, if we're taking everything out of it, it's a success. And we'll talk about the other stuff afterwards. But IndyCar as a on-track product, what you had there with essentially the Andretti's dominating, almost getting 1, 2, 3, getting robbed by Lundgaard, who I think had 3rd or 2nd. I can't remember now. And Kiffin Simpson got 5th. So as a fan
Hey,
of
that's
a
a
lot of these
good.
guys. I enjoyed the race, and I was hoping for an entertaining race. We got that. There was a little bit of I guess online controversy that came up, and I will talk about that now for on track stuff, which is something you get when you have these very popular races. A lot of people watching, a lot of people maybe new, don't understand how these things work. But there was a situation where there was a wreck. Who was it now? Was it Malukas?
Malukas
Yes.
DNF'd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Malukas that crashed, and then Stingray Rob plowed into him.
Yes.
And the amount of people that were like, well, he's got a green flag there. Listen. We went over this in Toronto. The green flag is there because the yellow is activated before. It happens automatically. These damn light
Yes.
panels. My criticism of obviously the track layout, why was there no secondary panel on the corner?
Again, so with the first year of any race, there's always issues like that. I think in terms of our experience at an inaugural race with Markham, I would say that the light panels were actually like almost overdone. Like there were light panels everywhere.
And as someone who worked in a blind
I
corner, I worked in a blind corner, and our light panel, we had a secondary light panel at the corner.
Yeah.
I don't know why Washington didn't have one here.
Yeah.
And I
so
will criticize
part of it
of the track.
Yeah, and I think part of it is maybe like some of the planning around the event was less focused on the actual track portion of this event versus the spectacle of the event.
Yep, that's fair.
Without going into our topic later. I mean, there were issues. There were multiple issues. There were issues with the manhole covers. There were issues with how the actual paving.
The bumps.
It was the bumps. Like it was a bit of a mess. Like it was a bit of a mess, and you
I wonder
could
how some
tell
of the
that they
drivers
didn't.
feel. Like going from like smooth as glass, Markham, to
I
this
know.
bumpy ass fucking track.
I mean, honestly, that the pavement is the best piece of pavement in Ontario. I'm pretty sure.
It'll be ruined by next spring.
It was so nice. Oh, 100%. They'll have to pave it again in preparation for next year's Indy. But, it was wonderful. It was beautiful. I don't know. Like, there's just a lot about Washington that seemed a lot like last minute, despite the fact that they dedicated resources to putting this event on, which came at the cost of Markham.
Yeah.
Like some of the things in Markham. We know we suffered because they were dedicating things to the 250. So
yeah, they threw everything at this to make it perfect. And to
exactly,
be fair, their effort paid off.
Somewhat.
I would argue in the grand scheme of things, it was fine. And it went off as well as they could have hoped for. It wasn't an absolute wreck fest, which I think a lot of people thought. It wasn't a boring ass race that also I thought people thought would be. It was actually somewhat entertaining. So, I will say, moving on from IndyCar, we should talk about some F1. And we'll come back to this topic later for Washington.
The Dutch GP, or as they were branding it, the final lap.
Well, it'd be nice if your Dutch boy
Zandvoort
got to a final lap, but he didn't even get one.
Yeah, that was tough. That was tough for Max, I'm sure.
And that was a mistake.
Lando won. Yeah, it was a mistake.
Yeah.
However, Lando won. It was a mistake. Apparently, he had a lot of speed going through that corner. Didn't make it, but could be an indication that maybe Red Bull is bringing some upgrades and the car is doing better. We'll see.
Oh, I think he just put his tire on the paint and on the on the curb and just
it was a
lost
mistake. Regardless, whatever it was, it's still a mistake.
Yeah, who spun also? And was it Bortoletto that spun also? Someone else spun in that incident and didn't get collected, but they also made the exact same mistake and just didn't find the wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway,
Um.
F1,
Anyway.
last Dutch Grand Prix for who knows when.
Yeah, it was funny though because like all of the like if you're in the Flag Marshals of the World Facebook group, they all like post different like when they get the kits or whatever. So there were a lot of marshals who were at the Dutch GP and like literally everything was branded the final lap.
Nice. Okay, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, so like the lanyards all had like Dutch GP the final lap on it. So it was kind of like it was almost like a good like they were making a point to say goodbye to the track and it wasn't just like this is the last race. But they kind of made an effort to like show that they actually still cared about like Zandvoort being on the calendar. Honestly, it's a little sad because I love the Dutch GP. And I know that they also put like a lot of work into Zandvoort before it came back on the calendar, so it's kind of sad that it's already gone because it's only been there for like what, maybe 3 years?
I want to say like 6.
Was it 6? Oh my gosh. If it's 6, I'm like, my timelines are so backed.
Oh, bam. Nailed it. 6. 2021 to 2026.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that.
Yep. And
Have I
it
been
was
watching F1 for that long?
Yes,
Did not
you have.
realize.
It's been Red Bull won it the first 3 years and McLaren won it the last 3.
Interesting. Yeah, like again, another another Norris win.
Yes.
Interesting pit strategy for Piastri. I don't know how he's not sick of McLaren at this point, to be honest.
Honestly.
Like, if I were him, I would be calling every team manager who might be willing to switch up their team.
Listen, my favorite part of this race, speaking of interesting strategy calls, was Russell trying to strategy call from his car to keep behind him.
Oh my gosh.
And he's basically just don't let him pass because, he's not going to win. So just let me have the second place. Oh my God. You are such a little bitch.
He's such a loser.
Yes.
Such a loser. Like, for you to, oh my gosh.
And it's absurd.
He can't accept it. He cannot accept that Antonelli is better than him. So he's pulling this kind of garbage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, wow.
No, yeah. It's
and how does Antonelli feel? I would love to know how Antonelli feels about that. Where Russell is so willing to throw his race under whatever, or kill his race just to make a point that he could be better than Antonelli when he's not. He doesn't have the pace.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's such a little baby. Unbelievable.
Also, what about that almost Ferrari coming together at the end as Leclerc tries to sneak one on Hamilton the last lap?
Yeah.
Oh, there was
Not
so
good.
much drama coming out of this one where you got the McLaren bullshit, Mercedes, whatever Russell was trying to pull, and then the Ferraris. Oh, and also Red Bull with their backup driver.
Yeah.
Because Hadjar's hurt. Max wrecks out first. And you have, Check's notes, Liam Lawson leading the charge for Red Bull.
That, yeah, honestly, kind of shocking.
Finished 7th.
To
Also,
be
hats off
honest.
to him.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of anticipated that he would just DNF, but because he kind of did not look happy to be back in Red Bull, to be honest. He just didn't look happy to be there at all. And I get it. Honestly, Red Bull carries a lot of pressure, and he probably didn't have a very good experience the last time that he was there. Which I'm pretty sure was still under the Horner direction.
Yep.
So, and Helmut Marko, and being exposed to that kind of toxic environment, I'm sure left him with a little bit of a bad taste in his mouth. So I can understand him not being thrilled to have to be back.
No, absolutely. But hey, he did well. And let's just see Check's notes. Fernando Alonso, P9. Huh?
I know. Maybe there is hope after all for Aston Martin's car.
Oh, no.
To not be the worst on the grid.
I don't think so. But this, I just think, cements them as being 10th in the Constructors versus 11th.
Yeah, so Stroll. Do you think, like, he's definitely still dealing with this wrist injury, right? Like, he has never been the same,
Yeah, that's a
to
good
be
point.
honest. He has never been the same. And this is like his how many DNFs has he had this season?
Oh no, but this is a. I think it's a wrist injury, and I also wonder if the vibrations in the car do not help.
Probably not. So this car has probably really taken a toll on him, but he's just never
Yeah.
been the same. And it's kind of sad because I do feel like Lance does have a lot of like natural talent and he does deserve to be there. We've had this conversation so many times. We are definitely Lance apologists, but it's just sad to see him struggle so much in a car that's like most definitely not suited to him, I guess.
No, I don't think so. Once him
Anyway.
and Fernando are out of that team, the team's gonna be freaking amazing.
We need, yeah. I mean, maybe Lance will just get tired of it and just be like, I'm over it. Like, I'm done.
Or he's
And do
forced to
something
retire
else.
because of wrist injury.
Maybe.
Very
Yeah.
good cop-out.
Apparently Lawrence was there in the paddock this weekend. Which is interesting because, like, Lawrence is never seen, but he was, like, seen there, so.
He finally wanted to get to one Dutch Grand Prix.
Maybe. Or maybe he wanted to be a little bit more involved in what's going on because his investment.
I think Lawrence cares about what's going on.
I mean, he does. Yeah, he has a lot of money. But anyway.
Moving on to NASCAR.
NASCAR. Interesting things coming out of New Hampshire.
Oh, it was a great race. They started on wets.
Yes.
They started
and I saw that.
In the wet. It was hilarious. And then immediately.
And Hocevar spun on the pace lap?
Hocevar on the pace lap. And then on the very first lap, it was Reddick who spun. At the exact same part of the track, coming out of 3.
Did you see he announced that he has sleep apnea?
Reddick?
Yeah.
Huh. I did not.
Yeah, he has sleep apnea.
Interesting.
So I guess he's, like, gonna get a CPAP machine. But I don't know, like, I'm not sure why the, like, motorsports news were like, it's a critical health condition, which, like, sleep apnea can be deadly. So, like, yes, take care of yourself, Reddick.
I think in this last year for NASCAR fans, they might be a little traumatized of any kind of minor
That's
ailment.
fair. Yeah, that's very fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very fair. But anyway, he announced that he has sleep apnea, so I hope he gets a CPAP machine and he doesn't,
Yeah, good.
that doesn't affect him anymore. But yeah, did you see Larson's whole thing about Hocevar spinning on the pace lap being on purpose?
No, I didn't see that.
He was like, oh yeah, it was, if you spin on the pace lap before the race even starts, it's 100% on purpose. And I'm like, for what? Like, what would the benefit of that be for Hocevar?
You know the amount of
I don't
times, the amount of times I have spun on like coming out of the pits in like iRacing. I'm not on a hot lap. I'm just trying to get used to the car as I'm feeling out what's doing, and I spin coming out of the pits on random tracks. Yeah, shit happens.
Yeah, also if they're starting on wets.
You're testing the grip. You're probably moving around, seeing how the car is feeling, and all of a sudden it goes around. Like, no, that's ridiculous.
I know. I was like, really, Larson? Like, that's such a bad take. But anyway. Blaney won.
Yep, good for him.
Blaney's been having a good year.
Yes, he has.
Nice fight with Bubba, yes. And the Byron incident. We could talk about the Byron incident.
Go on.
Well, I didn't see it live, obviously, and I honestly haven't watched the replay. All I know is that it was enough for, like, one of his wheels came off, right?
Yes, he basically he said he felt something weird with thought something was wrong with the tires. Went into pit, didn't even check it, and then as he was going through, the tire just came off.
Yeah. So NASCAR has now suspended some of his crew members for that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So the rear changer and the jackman have officially received a 2-race suspension, meaning that they'll miss the last regular season race next week at Daytona, and then also the first race of the postseason at Darlington.
Chase. It's the chase.
The chase. Sorry. Yes,
bring that back, TM.
TM. So I think he's getting replacements from Bowman's crew.
I mean, he doesn't need them.
Yeah, like he's out of the chase anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So I guess replacements for the rear changer and Jackman. Yeah, he's pretty out of the
I'm trying to find him. Where the hell is Bowman? Oh my god, he is 30th in points.
Yeah, he's had a really bad year.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that bad.
Oof. Yeah, not good. Yeah,
no, that's terrible.
That's right.
Yeah, you know, when the first guy you're better than is Noah Gragson, that yeah. So
ouch.
I can see why he's getting a boot. Anyway,
yikes.
Yeah, again, he doesn't need the crew.
Yeah, so he doesn't need them. But anyway, that's NASCAR. So next week is the last race of the regular season before the chase.
And we can already say that in terms of clinching #1 spot in the chase, or what previously was known as the regular season champion, thank God they got rid of that. Denny Hamlin.
Denny Hamlin. It's Denny's year.
Yeah, finally gets a championship when it's no longer called the championship. That's.
Well, I mean, he could still win the championship with the chase.
True.
So we'll see what happens, but at least he's got, I would say, a better shot going into it. Or do they reset? Do the points reset?
Yeah, we can talk about it next week. We'll go over.
Okay.
We'll do a little chase preview next week.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, let's have our fun conversation regarding Washington and politics in motorsports, because so much of this race, and you see it from fucking everyone, is the whole keep politics out of sports, yada yada, blah blah blah, and it is the most tiring thing to see online. This is not a left or right issue. This is simply a thing that has to be talked about. And to start, all sports is politics. You should look at none of sports as a left versus right thing. You should look at it all as top down, as people continue to fuck over fans every single year. But without fans, there's no sport. So that is just where I'm going to start this in terms of an ideological spot. Always being pro-fan.
Agreed.
Now, for this event, making the argument of, who is this for? Is this for sports for a fan? Is this for, I would say, like, you know, the governing body of the organization? What was the reason for this? And I think we all know that.
We all know what the reason for this was.
Yes.
It was absolute propaganda, and we know that. Now, I will say, there's a little bit of a caveat to that, I think, where we know it was propaganda. I think it's important to acknowledge that the machine that is fueling these events around the 250th anniversary is dedicated to distraction and propaganda.
Yes.
I don't know if it would be the same situation if there was a different leader at the 250 anniversary. We could have had an Indycar race, sure, because IndyCar is it could have been the same thing.
And also, I want to point out, you can still like a sport, even if you don't like the leader of it, if you don't like who's in charge, if you don't like the decisions making, just because someone is critical of something or doesn't like decisions being made, there is no problem to still be a fan. Look at like hockey. Every time a Stanley Cup comes out, or a draft, And Gary Bettman comes out. What do all the fans do?
Ooh.
Exactly.
Everybody hates Bettman.
And it's the same in other sports as well. You can always, let's look at F1. I don't think anyone likes
Ben
Benny.
Suleiman?
Yeah. No one likes him. Fucking inserts himself into
No,
a fucking Lego race. We should start booing him, honestly. But that's the thing. We can boo the leaders of our sport, but still enjoy the sport. Because at the end of the day,
Agreed.
the feeling in your gut when a car roars by you, that is not a political feeling.
No. You still get that enjoyment.
For this event, and for people that watched it, and people that attended, that were truly fans, I hope you had a good time.
Yeah, and I will say, it's not that I don't support celebrating the 250th anniversary of the US, right? Like, I think obviously it's a big milestone. We celebrated our own 150 a few years ago. Oh gosh, it's probably been 10 years or something, but
about 9.
Yeah, about 9 years. And I remember how much celebration there was for the 150th. We all love our countries, and it's okay to love your country and love a sport and want to attend something that is in celebration of that. I think it becomes difficult when political leaders insert themselves into something and make it inherently political and brand it as something that is 100% propaganda. You know what I mean? It was hard to avoid that and looking at it that way.
Yeah, 100%. And you could see that, I think, especially in terms of propaganda, of the types of sponsors that were at this event. The fact that you had Starlink in a corner. I think you had something by Kalshi. You had what other sponsors? Lockheed Martin. All these other things that are typically tied to the government.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where this is not for the fans. This is IndyCar being used as a billboard for the government.
Yeah, and I think it is important to also contextualize like where we are right now. And like this event was announced only like a few months ago. It's not like for the 150th, like in Canada, for 2 years leading up to it, events were being announced. Like we knew what was coming to celebrate the 150th. This was announced 7 months ago? Like 7 months before? Yeah. And you have to start, and like when you think about where we were at and like where like the political context, it's so hard not to see all of these events that were kind of rushed to come to be as anything else other than a distraction from what is going on. And I think with like right now, it's so divided, and we even saw this, like Ray Hall was commenting on politicians' posts who were being critical of Trump being there.
No, but
with everything that's
like, I agree even with some of Ray Hall's posts. Like I think there was one representative from Minnesota who basically, or not, was it Minnesota? Yeah, or Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
That basically.
Oh, yeah.
And Ray Hall's like, dude, we have 3 races in your state.
Yes, and I think
that's a very valid criticism. I think back, but there's other things where he was like overly defending. I'm like,
yes,
you can
I
do
think
both.
the first tweet, like there was 2 that he put out, right? One was in response to somebody criticizing the fact that Trump was there at the race, waving a green flag with everything that's been going on.
Oh, which, to be honest, that has been great for memes. Have you seen people green screaming the flag now? Oh, yes. Oh, why did you let that happen? Also, the whole flag waving thing was pathetic.
Stupid. It was pathetic.
Sucked.
The fact that Oh yeah, it was bad. But anyway,
behind glass, not even like over the track, just kind of like sitting there waving. Didn't even know to wave it. Like
well,
that,
I mean, we all know why, but I
I
think
know.
too, like his second post in
And again,
response to the whole like,
yeah,
oh, an F1 race and blah blah blah. Like, yeah, we have races
yeah.
in your
God
state. We have
damn it.
3 races.
Yes.
Like that, I agree with. I think it's the post of like, this is for the American people and a celebration of American history, and I'm like, was it though?
It was.
And he was responding to a post commenting on the fact that Trump it doesn't care about how people are living right now in the country that he has created, and they are the ones that are suffering from the consequences
Mhm.
of his decisions. So for me, when I read that, I was like, wow, Ray Hall, it must be nice not to consider how you're going to fill your tank and get to work tomorrow.
Yes.
When there are thousands of Americans who are struggling with that very thing.
And also, he's
So
a
it's
guy who
like,
doesn't have to worry about a racing seat because his dad owns the team.
exactly.
Like
So
he's in a very
there's just,
privileged position.
exactly. It's the inherent privilege of his commentary that I'm like, you're feeding the propaganda machine. Like, this is exactly what he wants.
Yes.
So I
'Cause,
think
like, you can.
I don't know.
I would say you can do the race and you can do all these things and not have it be propaganda. And if anyone wants to argue also how this was not propaganda, I think the greatest way to actually show how this is totally propaganda is how they actually literally didn't film. Like, they made sure to cut away any shot had the Canadian Embassy.
Which is crazy.
The Canadian Embassy was along this course. Hell, the Canadian ambassador invited people over to watch the race from the rooftop. That's the thing that happened. So, and like you saw it in practice and qualifying, they had aerial shots going over turn 1, and the Canadian Embassy was on the outside and had nice Canadian flags on the outside of it. And it's funny how this entire trade war bullshit happens over the weekend. And come Sunday, Fox doesn't show one angle that has that building along it. That's not a coincidence. That you specifically do not have one building in the shot. And you could see it because every time they came down from turn 1 to 2, they would cut to a long camera from the far end where you could barely see the cars coming at you because you didn't want to have a camera close up on an aerial from turn 1 down because there was a Canadian Embassy there. That's straight propaganda.
Yeah. It's straight propaganda.
And that's also straight just like, you're such a little bitch that you can't even have another country's flag in there, despite there was also, I think, that European flag in the back of one corner. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic in propaganda.
Yeah, and I think it's so hard too because like we are also Canadians, and right now, like, you know, we're feeling a type of way about the way that, I mean, Trump is treating Canada.
True.
As
Absolutely.
something that can be controlled. So I think like we also bring our own perspective, and I think with the trade talks breaking down in this trade war that's happening, it was so hard for me to approach this race with anything else other than the lens of this is ridiculous. Exactly.
Yeah. But like here's the thing though, right? And when it comes to Indycar as a series, fine. Roger, you were very happy to put on this race with your friend Donald Trump, because we know they are definitely close.
Oh, they're besties.
But you're okay to put this race on and make it a political event, to be a billboard for this government currently. But if you're looking at this from pure numbers perspective, was it kind of worth it? Like that like 3.28 mil.
Yeah. Sure.
Like you had an audience here that you do not usually get.
I mean, like, part of that is the whole 250 heritage, and that I can support.
It's the event versus spectacle thing.
Exactly. Like, and I think that there's a lot of sports and motorsports, and I think we could talk about this, like, even in F1, right? Like, well, what are we watching? Are we
Yes.
watching the race? Are we dedicated to the actual product? Or is it the spectacle? Like, let's talk Vegas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Vegas is a spectacle. You want the
Absolutely.
spectacle of the strip. You don't
That's what
want...
Monaco is.
It's what Monaco is. It's what Miami is. It's all about the celebrities that can attend, the amount of money that you can garner from people, the like the whole like aura and kind of like, you know, you're putting out this image of what F1 is. It's not about the actual cars on track and the action that you get, because we all hate Miami. Miami is a terrible product. Year after year, we get bad races there. It's boring. Monaco's the same, but Monaco is kind of iconic, so like we almost can't really like touch that one because it's been on the calendar for a long time.
Yep, but people still always say to get rid of it because it's not a good race.
Yeah,
Again,
it
what
isn't
are
a
you
good
coming?
race.
What are you coming there for?
But Las Vegas, right? Like, we have 3 American races on the calendar now, and for why?
Yep. Well, that's another thing
Right?
with this race I can talk about is FIA was suddenly tweeting about IndyCar. I'm like, why the fuck do you give a shit about this FIA? Yeah, way to
It's us.
finally acknowledge this sport.
I know, they like never acknowledge IndyCar. It's always F1. Yeah, I think, I don't know, it's just so hard. And maybe if we were in a different political context right now, maybe it would have landed differently.
But like, you could again, I couldn't say political context because you could look at this and say there was political cohesion because I'm pretty sure the mayor of Washington's a Democrat. She said the race was a success.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a way you can do these things that is political in a sense, but also takes politics, takes the focus away from the politics. I think a little too much of this event focused on the politics. I don't need you to cut to an interview with Melania Trump in the middle of a race.
Yeah.
No one's actually here for that.
No.
Like that is something you could have that be like maybe a pre-race thing. Maybe if you were here to put on a race, show me the race. I do not need a 5-minute interview with the First Lady of the United States while the president is getting sucked off by Natalie in the bathroom. And
we also don't need like the beast doing a lap. We don't need Trump wave the green flag in his private suite so he doesn't get assassinated. Like, let's come on. Like, we know that he's behind bulletproof glass because there was an opportunity for someone to assassinate him. So couldn't wave the green flag in a way that would make sense for IndyCar. I think part of the problem is that
also, you probably spent more money on flyovers for this event than actually putting on the event.
Probably. I mean, the flyovers were kind of cool, I will say. Like,
flyovers are always fucking cool. I will always fucking love them. And I hate when people say, like, but the money, yada, yada. There are some fucking things that are worth more than money.
Worth the money.
The feelings you get when you see a cool-ass plane flyover is one of those things. But
yeah. I think it's just... All right, I'm just going to say it. I think this race would have been better with a different leader, because I'm not sure that every leader would insert themselves the same way that Trump does.
I think this would have been a race would have been a lot better without the propaganda side of it. You can have the politics of it. You could still make this an America 250 event. You could do a celebration of America, but you don't need to insert, I would say, the administration into it.
Yeah,
and that's and where it becomes more propaganda than just politics. Because it's a cool race. It's a cool layout. It's cool to see that around Washington. That's really cool.
It would have been a good celebration without, to be honest, it would have been a great celebration of the United States of America without Trump.
Yes.
Without all of that BS, it would have been better.
Yeah, and then because now you're going to get people that now associate IndyCar, they're going to think IndyCar is MAGA.
Yeah, and I will say Ray Hall doesn't help that. Like, Ray Hall commenting about how, like, star-spangled awesome this race was.
But like fundamentally
Doesn't
it
help
is.
that.
Fundamentally it is.
Yeah.
But the issue is
Sure.
because you've wrapped it now in the context of the president and all the bullshit around there.
But you have responded to criticism of the president.
Yeah.
Right? With all of that.
Yeah.
That is also now cementing yourself on that side of the fence, even if he's not, right? Like, I don't know what his political views are. Ray Hall could be a Democrat. Who knows?
Let's be honest.
But
any person with a lot of money, usually in
not.
sports, is
Is
not
Republican.
left-leaning. They are more right-leaning.
No. Yeah,
but that's fine. And that is a thing also where, like, you can enjoy a sport and still be fans, and again, take the politics out of it. I can totally root for someone who I disagree with politically and stuff like that. That's not a problem. I thought it was awesome when a fucking car won the 500, even though it had fucking Morgan Wallen on the side of it. That's not a problem.
Yeah, so what I will say is I think probably maybe one of the best examples of like a sport that somehow like isn't wrapped up in politics is football. Somehow every American just loves football, and that's all they speak is that language. They don't bring any politics into it.
But
Have
they
you ever
do
noticed
all
that?
the time. But they do all the fucking time.
But it's not like it doesn't wrap the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like, I think part of the problem with the 250 is that Trump was so apparent and he was so there and it was so in your face. It was almost impossible to separate the product out of it.
Yeah, and it just makes people, it makes it divisive. It makes it people so that people on the left are going to maybe not go towards your sport. But again, you're then hoping for the people on the right to hop onto it. And like, it's not a thing I think you can cherry pick a political aisle for your sport. Sport, again, should be bigger than that. It doesn't matter if you're left, right, insert whatever color, insert whatever gender, insert whatever sexuality, whatever. The awesomeness of fucking cars racing by you, the feeling in your gut when they roar by you, when the car starts off, when you see a pack of cars go by, when you watch an awesome move, when you see a wreck in person for the first time, you're like, oh, and your kind of heart stops for a second. None of those things are political. Everyone can enjoy those things.
Yeah, I think you said it really well. It's the top brass, like the top down, that's political. And that's every single sport.
That's the word.
Every sport.
Everything is top down.
World, everything, exactly.
It's never left, right. It's all top down.
No, but the product, and when you boil it down to what fans are enjoying and what fans are watching, there's no politics in that. You're so right. So it was just unfortunate that this event was propagandized.
Yes, and which I think brings up a question is, does it or should Washington return?
I think the thing with Washington, though, is that I think we could leave it as a one-off race because it's supposed to be a one-off race.
Arguably, it could be both. Yes.
I still don't like the track. Maybe if they put more money into it, sure. But I think at the end of the day,
the promoter and the city and like the mayor, I think actually want to do it again.
Well, I wouldn't be opposed to it returning.
Yeah.
I think I would hope that going forward, though, it wouldn't be the same level of what we saw. And it probably wouldn't be because it's not the 250 anymore.
Exactly. If this happens next year, it's suddenly 251. Do they give a shit? No, probably not. It's probably way less politicized. And maybe that's better for the event.
It probably would be. It would be better for the event. Absolutely, because I think they would probably get more people watching. But on the other hand, you bring it back for another year, it's not the 250. Does it gain the same amount of viewership? I don't know.
I agree.
It's just a part of the... Because I think that's sometimes the beauty of a one-off event, right? It's why they did it. It was for a specific reason. If they just bring it back because it was really successful, it's like the sequel to your favorite movie.
Sometimes it's a
being
hit,
terrible.
Sometimes it isn't.
Yeah, so...
Sometimes you get Shrek 2, and sometimes you get... What's a terrible sequel?
The prequels to Star Wars?
Oh, the sequels to Star Wars. Yes, good point. Prequels are fantastic.
The prequels?
The prequels to Star Wars are fantastic. Episodes 1 to 3 are fantastic. 4 to 6 are fantastic. 7 onwards we do not talk about.
No, 7 onwards we don't talk about. But no, Sean. Okay, we're not having this discussion. This is outside of the podcast.
Listen, we'll put a pin in this and we can finish on this discussion. Have some fun. Okay? So anyway, my whole thoughts for Washington returning. I actually kind of would like to see it return. I think it's a really cool event. I think it does look really fun. I think it's nice that you got some of the bigger sponsors of people who, yes, it is the whole military industrial complex sponsoring the event. But at the same time, if this event is something that brings in bigger money, maybe you can do that. But I think that's also what's going to hold this back, is a lot of these companies put aside big marketing dollars for the 250th so that they could spend it for these events.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be the money to make this event happen again.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I fundamentally, I don't think it will happen because of the willpower. I don't think they'll care next year. I don't think the president will care for a 251 event. No, I don't care. I don't think any of the big corporations like the Lockheed Martin, Boeing, Starlink, they're not going to throw money at this. They're going to be like, no, we had our budget for this last year. We're not doing this again.
Yeah.
And which is, I think sad because it could be a better event and you could make it a more bipartisan event.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is this event could have been that.
It could have been, but
they originally proposed it as that. And it got shot down in Congress because of that. And then Trump executive ordered it.
Yeah. But this is part of the problem.
Exactly.
It's how it rolls right now, and I don't know, man. I don't see it thriving the same way if it came back next year. Only because I think like it being the 250th anniversary definitely probably garnered a lot more attention.
Obviously, look at the number. It got such a big number for Indycar.
Yeah.
Brand new fans.
And you know what? Look, there's nothing wrong with a country that is patriotic. I will never say.
We're seeing it here ourselves.
We are seeing it here ourselves. Absolutely. We have had quite the response to, the trade talks that are going on right now, or I guess ceased. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with loving the country that you were born in, that you're a citizen of, that you've lived in for a long time, that gave you a life if you moved there, right? There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Celebrate your country. I'm absolutely for that. I'm not for propaganda.
Yeah.
And I'm not for distracting your population from the crappy decisions that you were making.
Yes.
I'm not for dictatorships,
No, I think that's totally fair. No, I'm not for. I'm going to change this up quickly. Black Flag of the Week.
Ooh.
For me, it was the Fox broadcast booth.
Yes.
Because, yes, this is a big race. Yes, you're expecting a whole lot of new viewers. Can we not dumb down fucking motorsports for people? Like,
yeah.
When fucking Townsend says, or was it, maybe it wasn't Townsend, maybe it was Buxton, it's yellow, so they can't, it's a full course yellow, so they can't pass. Holy fuck. Are you kidding me? People understand
I'm
racing.
sorry.
People understand what a fucking yellow flag is. NASCAR was once the second most popular fucking sport in America. People understand these things.
Yeah, and also if they don't, they're probably watching with someone who does, and they'll just ask the question.
No one just turns
or
this
they'll
on
look
and be
it
like,
up.
what is this? Yes.
100% will, or whoever said it. If you didn't say anything, if somebody didn't know, they'd ask ChatGPT.
Or you
Guarantee
can
it.
just figure it the fuck out by watching maybe like 20 seconds longer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is nothing happening? Oh, there's a yellow. Oh, there's this. Okay. Like, if you... I hate this thing in sports commentary for big events where they have to fucking dumb it down all the time for the casual viewer. The casual viewer isn't a fucking stupid viewer.
Casual viewer probably isn't listening, to be honest.
No, but...
They aren't listening to the commentary.
No, but a casual viewer is someone who will put it on in the background.
Yes,
because
exactly.
they want to know what's going on. They're not someone who is watching intently, who needs to know everything. Mm-hmm. Like, it's the dumbest thing when it comes to commentary for these events. And it really just pisses me off. And
Valid. I would hate that.
If you just commentate exactly how, like, normally, the entire time, people would enjoy that more. Because fans don't like being... If you're new to this, and you're like, yeah, no shit, it's a fucking yellow. Why am I going to watch this if you think I'm stupid? Like, people get mad at us, that kind of stuff. When they feel just condescended by the commentators. Yeah. Like,
no,
okay,
totally valid.
If you watch a UFC event, okay, big events, does Joe Rogan dumb down his commentating for that? No. He commentates the actual same fucking way every time.
The expectation is on you as the viewer to figure it out.
Yes.
Because the product, like, in reality, the product isn't for the casual viewer. The product is for the fans.
Yes.
So,
if you want to grow a sport,
you know what's for the casual viewer? Drive to Survive. Watch Drive to Survive.
Precisely.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
So that's my red flag of the week. Or I guess
that's totally fair.
Black flag of the week. I guess red and black. You know what? Fuck it. Just get him off the track. Stop with this dumb shit.
Stop it. Get
and
some
also,
help.
while we're here, I'm going to do a green flag of the week, and that's just too Andretti for the season.
Sure.
Basically just being great on street courses. So,
fair enough.
That's what I got for that. Do you want to talk about some news of the week?
Yeah, so we kind of already touched on Byron's crew getting suspended.
Yep.
The other news of the week that I saw was that the FIA is now exploring legal options after receiving death threats from fans after Colapinto received a penalty during the Dutch GP, which is also my red flag of the week because y'all, let's please stop sending death threats to people. It's not okay.
Why is it the Argentinians?
Yeah, I don't know. Again, maybe it's just the passion of their dedication to their people, but I mean, we don't need to send death threats to people. And also, there are like so many penalties that are suspicious in nature all the time. Nobody else is sending death threats over them.
Maybe if the Italians did that, they actually might get somewhere. Can they death threat fucking Ferrari for strategy? Just an idea. Maybe.
The Australians start death threatening McLaren for their bad strategies for Piastri.
That's right. Also, this isn't the first time Colapinto fans have death threatened people.
No, this is probably like the third time.
Who was
he got into a crash with somebody, and they were death threatening.
There was also the Indycar guy who also had the death threats that was given out.
Oh yeah, I don't remember. But Bortoletto got death threats when he was involved in an incident with Colapinto.
Canapino was who they also did.
Right.
Anyway.
Oh yes.
Fuck out.
Just chill, y'all. We don't need to do this. We don't need to send death threats.
I understand your fucking ancestors are Nazis, but like, come on.
Not everybody's ancestors.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. That was kind of all of the news that I saw this week. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, Max re-signed.
That was my green flag, right? Yes, Max re-signed. The Red Bull post was hilarious though.
Yes.
With Mekis. So good.
Yeah,
playing off of all the rumors that he was gonna resigning.
Yes, that was funny. And again, it just shows we don't fucking know. We do not know.
We don't know. Yeah, but good for him. Like, obviously he's made his decision. Maybe he's seeing, like, I mean, he did say though that he wanted to see progress, and maybe he's seeing that progress. So it's good, I guess, that he's continuing his relationship with Red Bull.
I mean, I'm sure,
it was definitely.
I wonder how he feels after fucking wrecking. Like,
yeah.
oh, maybe I don't want to do this for another 4 more years.
Yeah, I will say though, very surprised that he signed for until 2030.
Yeah, same. That the re-sign wasn't the surprise. The length, definitely.
The length was.
Yeah.
Lols.
Yeah. Always
Sorry.
surprising with the length, you know. It's never a good surprise, or maybe it can be. Who knows?
Depends on the length, but anyways. Oh, jeez. Okay,
Jesus
sorry.
Christ, you had to go. Moving on.
Moving on.
So the Star Wars prequels are actually good.
Sean. No.
They are great movies, just with terrible dialogue.
Jar Jar Binks. That's all I have to say.
And a little bit of racism.
Jar Jar Binks.
There was a little racism.
A little racism?
A little in the aliens.
In the alien, yeah. Also, I just like the fall of Anakin Skywalker. Like, I get it. It's just I feel like it was so poorly done.
2 and 3 are great movies.
Oh my god.
Hayden Christensen is fantastic.
Sure, but again, Jar Jar Binks.
Was not in. He's only in the first movie. If you don't talk about the first movie, it's fine.
No, what are you talking about? Jar Jar Binks was definitely in the other movies. He was not only in the first movie.
It's relevant.
This is coming from the same person who had an argument with me that Jar Jar Binks is a Sith Lord.
That's one of the best conspiracy theories ever.
Stupid conspiracy theory. He is a waste of CGI, a waste of budget, dumb character. Never, ever give up my hatred of Jar Jar Binks.
That's valid. The prequel movies are still really good.
I didn't mind, to be honest though, I didn't mind the sequels. Which one was it? I think it was number 8. I didn't mind that one. But the first one and the last one, I was like, meh.
8 is one of the worst Star Wars movies ever.
Really?
Yes.
Hold on, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong one. It may have been 9.
9 is even worse.
Which one does, like, spoiler alert, which one does Luke evaporate in? When does he die?
That's the end of
He does die.
8, yes. But that's a terrible movie. Because, anyway, I don't have time.
7.
7 was really good, but that's when Han dies.
Okay, yeah.
7, they just recreated 4, but newer.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking of 9. 9, I think, was maybe because it was the end.
Oh, yeah, somehow Palpatine returns. Yeah, great fucking writing there. Anyway.
And you know what? They're problematic.
Terrible takes. Anyway, is that all we got for this week?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. We should end now. Thank you for listening to Marshal Matters. If you enjoyed the show, remember to leave a rating and a comment, and also follow so you don't miss an episode. And don't forget, if you want to get involved in motorsports, the easiest way to do so is by marshalling at your local track. Join our cult.